So welcome to back and core Pilates, which is another way of saying Pilates. It's more for the SEO of it all. So, you know, folks tend to search out back exercises and core exercises. And if that's you and you landed on this page or this class, then welcome. You're going to get a lot of both of those things. For today's class, we are going to be using a broomstick or a cane or, I don't know, curtain rod, anything that is stick-like. If you don't have anything available in your house, you can just act as if, which is fine. Or you could take like the belt around your robe or an actual belt and just pull it taut so it feels like a stick. But we're just going to use it to get some rotation. And then the cushion that I suggested for you in the comments is really just for your knees if you need it. If you don't need a cushion, no worries. Yes. Yeah, there you go. I know. We have to just play the game of the internet, you know? So today I've got my quote unquote Taylor Swift playlist. None of these songs are Taylor Swift. They're just Taylor Swift-esque in the royalty-free fashion. So we're legal, and we're also like tapping into a little bit of the good stuff. I think the good stuff. I hope you do too. All right, so we're gonna begin with our dowel or rod or whatever you've got. Good morning. Did you get lonely? All right, somebody wanted to join class. Hello, can you sit down there? Sit down. Thank you for taking your time. All right, everybody, let's get ready. We'll be with the dog for a moment and then we'll move on. So we're gonna take the dowel right at the crease of your hips, like so. Stand with your legs almost the width of your mat, and then you're gonna fold in your hips and you're gonna pretend like you're gonna kiss the dog. And then you're gonna come all the way up, pressing your hips forward into the dowel. So we're starting with a hip hinge. We reach forward, good morning, and then we come all the way up. And again, fold, and what we're trying to do is kind of deepen the crease of the hips to find those hamstrings. And reach. Don't smell your feet. Come all the way up, good. And one more, reach. See ya. He just needs to be seen. He has that need. All right, good. From here, take your arms down by your side. We're gonna lift that dowel all the way overhead. And just so you can see from the front, we're gonna lift the shoulders up and pull them down. Lift them up, pull them down. Lift and lower. Lift and lower. Two more, just getting our shoulders really warm. Good boy, Flash. Last one. Good. Lower those shoulders down. Now imagine that you're just going to bend yourself into the shape of a candy cane and then roll all the way back up. So your bottom half is staying really long, your upper half is bending. Lots of support here. Round forward. Good. And then roll all the way up. And again. Round. I can't read Tracy's thing right now, but I'll read it in a moment. All the way up. And last one, round it over. Now let's stay rounded over. We're gonna bend the knees and bring your arms towards your knees. So you're making kind of a round curved shape with your spine. Keep pressing your bar into your thighs and then see if you can lengthen out to a flat back, lifting your tail, lifting your chest. So we're gonna round the spine here, lift the arms overhead, lower the arms to your knees, and extend your spine. And the reason why we're doing this is to just kind of mimic a couple of the actions that we might see on a piece of equipment called the Cadillac or on the Reformer, some shapes that we do in some knee stretches, some shapes that we do in different exercises. So just have fun with it. Don't worry so much about your range if your arms aren't going as high as mine. You know, this is just an exploration of your own range of motion. Again, we're trying to make great choices for our body, yeah? Good. Yeah, Taylor Swift's bank account. I get it now. I think we all do. Good. One more time. Reach it. Round it. Good. And come all the way up to stand nice and tall. Last one here. Just rotate your spine to one direction. Look over. Come back to center. And rotate in the other direction. Come back to center. Look where you're rotating, just warming up our spine. We're here for a whole hour, so we get plenty of time. Good. Let's go. I said one more, but I really want one more in addition to the one more we just did. Last one. Good. All right, come back to center. And then let's just make our way down onto your knees. If you do need your cushion, go ahead and use it under your knees. We want the legs to be just about hip width distance apart, maybe wider if you want a wider base of stability, okay? What we're gonna do here is take this bar at chest level, and then you're going to reach over and see if you can touch the bar almost to the outside of your left leg with your right leg. And what I like to do is just kind of bend my elbow and see how much twist I can get there. And then in order to come up, you're pushing down like you're shoveling, pushing down to come up, lifting back to center. So I don't think my remote is working today, but in the event that it is, yeah, I don't know. I did an update on my computer last night, and nothing speaks well to each other. So from the side, we're going hinge at the hips, twist, look under, and then push down with those arms to come back up. So use your upper body strength. Let's try the other side. So reach, bend, push, and come up. Good. Now it's interesting to kind of think about where you're getting the most twist. Like this side feels super easy for me. Often on the side that we get more rotation, we have more hip extension or the ability to move our leg back with more ease. We'll talk about that in a second. Ooh. That's it. Good. We'll do one more here. Over to the side, reaching down. I'm just really kind of flowing through this right now. This side's a lot tighter for me today. Good. All right, the last thing we want to do with the dowel real quick, if you need to stand, that's fine. Take it behind your back and just find the small of your back here. Where can I? There we go. And then see if you can bring your head back to the pole. Don't force it, but just see if you can invite back. And then what we're gonna do here is just fold at the hips, leaning forward, trying not to remove the lower part of the stick from your hips. So this might be super small, and that's okay. I'm actually gonna lower my toes and see if we can do it here. So I'm coming forward, I'm trying to keep my head connected, my tail connected, and then just lowering down to the level that I can keep that shape, and then pressing down to come up. This is very similar to a squat in the legs, but it's more of a hinge and a flat back in the spine. Why is this important for back and core? We're just teaching some support of this long supported, almost plank shape. And we're bringing ourselves into a space where we can really understand what has to happen in terms of keeping the head and tail in alignment as we move our hips. So we're gonna do 4 more like this. And then we're putting the stick away for a little while. So if you haven't liked it, you know, it's almost gone. Be really honest with yourself though. Make sure that that tailbone stays connected. If you need to take it slower, be my guest. Good, let's go 2 last times. Good. And last one, of course, breathing your breath. Finding your way through it. Excellent. All right, let's go ahead and remove the pole. We're gonna take it off to the side. We will see it again in a little bit, but for right now, you don't need it. I'm just really enjoying some great benefits of doing this hip hinge with the leg out. So I'm gonna do it. I hope you'll join me here. You want your leg directly out from your hip. Walk your hands forward just a little bit. Think about that same orientation of your spine as we just had. So we're not tucking and we're not back bending. We're right in the center. The pole's against our head and our tail. And we're gonna reach back in that flat back as far as you can go, stretching out that inner thigh. And then kind of drag with your hands, press through your shins to come forward. And feel free, if you want to come forward farther than just returning to the starting position, you can take your hands forward and reach. So, true to form, we haven't done any traditional Pilates mat exercises yet. That's okay, we'll get there. My intention with the Pilates mat exercises, quite honestly, is to try to have us all enjoy them a little more. Because sometimes they can feel really challenging first thing in the morning. And I'm not a channel that flourishes unpunishing, you know? All right, let's go one more back and forth. Reach. Good. And then come forward. And then slide your foot forward, take your hands forward, and then just press forward into whatever stretch you need right now. I like to think of my hips staying square, meaning they're both kind of facing in the same direction. If you'd like to take a twist right here, let's add a twist towards that front leg. This series just always kind of gets me ready. Good, and then come on down. And then let's switch sides. So we'll put that foot out to the side, ideally right out from the hip. Find that flat back, think about where the dowel was on your back, and then reach back, or the broomstick or the pole, whatever you want to talk. I'm calling it a dowel because that's what we call it in Pilates. It's just a default. Good. Heather, I will have to DM you later. It looks like I might be joining the unicorn crew. More to come. Not that I'm not already there, but in a very defined way. So here we go. All right, reaching back, stretching, bringing it forward. Good. And just, it's like finding a rhythm every time we go in and out of these mobilizing stretches and exercises. I always think of kind of playing violin string. So it's like I want to keep a nice long sustained note as I go back, and then I want to do a long sustained note as I come forward. I hope that makes sense to y'all. Good. Let's go one more round and then we'll add in our hip stretch, yeah? Bring it forward, let's sneak it around. Find your front hip stretch wherever you want that to be. Good, remember more is not always better. I'm going to where I need today and my expectation is that you do the same. Let's take your twist if you want. Good. All right, let's bring it all the way down. We're gonna go ahead and come off of the knees now, take a little break. You're wearing your sweatshirt. I want that sweatshirt, Heather. I saw it on your socials. It's awesome. I think I'm gonna, that'll be my membership purchase. We'll find out soon. All right, take that dowel, that pole behind your legs, and you're gonna use it as just a little extra support. So I've got an underhand grip just to change it up. Feet are flat, they can be a little farther away if you like it, and just know there's a potential of your dowel sliding down your leg. So, figure out how to work with it. It's an imperfect strategy, okay? So sit nice and tall, and then roll back. Here, I'm gonna put mine here so I have a little more. And sometimes this can be a bit of a stretch on the forearms, which I don't know, feels really good for me. And then think of rowing, pulling with your arms to come all the way up to sit up nice and tall. So we're warming up that lower back to get into some more intense motions. And hopefully the bar or the dowel is helping you with that. I really want to do this in my live class tonight, but I don't know if I can get everybody to bring a broomstick, you know? Good. Yeah, I am a unicorn. I have the unicorn tattoo. I'm just getting some interesting test results that say some things. So I'll share more when I know more. Good. All right, last one. Let's come all the way down. Now we're gonna hold that dowel here. Find that place where you're working, but you're not struggling too much. And we're gonna just lift one leg to tabletop. Oh, that makes it harder. Place it down. Lift the other leg to tabletop. Ooh, that makes it even harder. Place it down. Now, if you lift that leg to tabletop, think about bringing it close to your midline so you get a little inner thigh work there too. So I'm lifting it up and kind of squeezing across and then lowering down and lifting it up. This is harder than I thought it would be. And lowering down. Good. And last one, lifting it up and lowering down. Bend your elbows, come all the way through. Take a moment, maybe a little stretch forward. Yeah. All right. We're gonna do a little oblique variation of this one. All right, so come back into your position. We're rocking back, we're finding that working position. So as you lift, let's say I'm gonna lift my front leg, which is my left leg. We're gonna pull back on the left arm and twist towards the leg, and then reach it out and lower down. Pull, twist, and reach it out. Now, your goal here is to keep your back in that active position and use the dowel to help you kind of close the distance between the knee and your hip. So I'm really keeping lots of pressure on the backs of my legs right now. Good. And getting a little closer in there. The difference between this and doing it without any assistance is like you can do a few more of them, but definitely the burn of the obliques is coming in a little more, yeah? Good, let's go a couple more. Pull it in. Good. Now, if you're a person who's dropping in the first time and you're like, I don't know if this is Pilates, well, I'm gonna ask you to trust me. I've been teaching for 25 years. I'm getting us into a space where we're gonna love what we're about to do. But I'm also 47, and sometimes what that means is like a little bit more work in the warm-up means a lot more fun in the exercises. Last one, curl. Good, all right, lower all the way down. Whoa, can you feel it? All right, we're gonna take that dowel out and then place it on your hips, across your hip crease again. So elbows on the ground, get your shoulder blades kind of tucked underneath you and heels in towards your sits bones. We're gonna press the hips up into the dowel, lower down, and when you lower down, think of stamping your sacrum, that triangle bone on the back of your pelvis, against the mat. And then see if, without arching your back up, so lots of core connection here, you can pull your knees in and wrap them around the dowel and then lower down. So there's 4 actions here. We push up, we lower, and we get like, it's like an anvil dropped on your pelvis. And then you don't move anything. That's the hardest part. Now, if you can make it easy by not thinking about the weight of your pelvis. I mean, it's possible, but I wanna encourage you. Pressing up, nice and even, parallel line. Pulling in, pressing down without arching your back, okay? That doesn't mean you're smashing your back into the mat. It just means whatever shape you land in, you stay still, pull, lower, lift, down, here we go, pull. It's really from your hip flexors, not from your back. Up and down. Couple more, here we go. Pull, lower, push up, and down, and pull, and lower, push up and hold. All right, so we're gonna keep that pull really strong against the pelvis. Drop one hip until you feel like you could almost touch the edge of your broomstick to the ground, and then push your hip back up. Drop the other one down, see if you can get it to touch, and push it back up. All right, we're alternating side to side. Here we go. Drop it down and push. Down and push. Good. Working from the feet, from the backs of the legs. We're getting a little rotation in your spine. You might notice one side moves a little bit more easier than the other. Good. Keep going. Push, reach. Come on, other side. That side's pretty easy. This side, there we go. One more, each side. Good. Press it to the top. Let's press our hips a little higher. We're gonna reach that arm, the arms above, and then take them as far back as you can. If you need to hover up above the floor, go for it. If you can reach them back and connect your shoulders to the floor, that's great. Now let's roll down through the spine, roll down through your spine, roll down through your spine, roll down through your spine. Everything is heavy, anchored to the mat. Take your knees over to one side. Try to keep your opposite shoulder down to the mat. Deep breath in, deep breath out. Pull through your center, heavy through your pelvis. Take them to the other side. Good, reach. That's it, find that stretch as best you can. Good, come all the way back to center. We're gonna do one more of those. Bring your arms down to your hips. Press your hips up to the sky first. Remove your arms, reach them overhead. You're trying to think about being in a tug of war between your knees and your knuckles. And then roll down. You're stretching that spine out. It's like someone's pulling it for end to end, trying to create more space, feeling your back muscles release and lengthen and work to get down there. Once you're down there, you stay heavy. And then let your knees go to the side. You can let one hip lift, put pressure into the other one, but keep your opposite shoulder as heavy as possible to feel that opposition. Rock yourself through the center, pull yourself together, literally, and then go to the other side. That's it. Roll through the middle and come back to center. All right, we're gonna take that dowel, pole, stick, whatever, right underneath your hips once again, and we're gonna get ready to do some rolling abdominals. So, hands on, this time I'm on an overhand grip, curl forward, roll and reach, and we're gonna reach that stick towards your heels. Now, alternatively, you can also use it as a little help for your head, but what I don't want you to do is push your head too far forward. Really try to pull yourself up from those upper abdominal fibers, okay? And then we'll roll down. So we're curling up, reaching that stick towards your heels as far as you can. Aim it, look for it, roll all the way down. Deep breath in, exhale, curl forward, reach it, knuckles long, stretch through those arms, good. It's like you're trying to hand off a baton in a relay between your hands and your heels. Get there, get there, get there, get there, good, all the way down. Let's go 3 more. Curling up, this is not about just getting the repetition, it's about getting higher in each repetition, yeah? All the way down. 2, look between your knees, reach, reach, reach. Notice how when you reach through the arms, you get a little more work here and hopefully a little less work around your neck. Let's do the last one. All right, let's stay here. We're gonna pump those arms. Try to think of this as like, for my Gen Xers out there, a game of operation, where you're just moving the dowel, but you're trying not to rub the back of your legs. If this feels okay, let's bring the knees up to tabletop, which is gonna be a little easier. Pump, pump, pump. We're breathing in, we're breathing out. We're breathing in, keep reaching that dowel forward. If you're ready, extend your legs. Breathing in, breathing out, good. Breathing in, and now we've got one chance to lower on a modified diagonal. Don't let that back come up. Good. Breathing in, you can bring those heels together, toes apart for a little more stability. For 2. And 1. Ooh, and exhale and pull your knees all the way in and lower your head all the way down and look to the right. Crack, 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 and look to the left. Good, and then let's bring it all the way out. Now, you could absolutely keep your stick behind your legs and do your roll up, pulling yourself up like so, or you have the option of bringing it over your head, feet flex. This is gonna be a little more challenging, so you choose the one that works for you, or if you've got another one in mind, I encourage you, I trust you to choose what works best for your body. So we're gonna go into our roll up, curling forward, reaching that dowel, that broomstick up and over and past your legs, past your toes, as far as you can go. As we roll down, if your legs are straight, go ahead and point your feet, give your ankles a different orientation, peeling down in much the same way we did with the bridge. And then feel free to reach your arms overhead. Just let's be aware of whether or not we're arching or just trying to keep ourselves nice and contained and connected. So flex and reach, curl forward, press through, reach. I like to give the dowel a little pull on the sides to get into the sides of my shoulders. Point, roll, reach overhead. Good, let's go. Flex and reach. So when it comes to the roll up, I like to talk a lot about the fact that I didn't have this exercise when I first came to Pilates. In fact, it took me a lot of years to figure out what my roll up looked like. And you know what? It looks slow. And the reason is, like, I am not doing this exercise simply to execute this exercise, okay? I'm doing this exercise to massage my spine. I'm doing this exercise to try to check in with whether or not I feel balanced on one side or the other. Do I have equal weight? How are things working? I'm doing it certainly as a core strengthening exercise, but one that comes with it, you know, control. This is not about ballistic, emergent muscle contraction. Like, if somebody were in trouble, I probably would not move slowly towards them. So that's why we practice things like rebounding and our HIIT class. But this is a little slower for a little more quality. Good, last one, come on down. Okay, let's land. Let's bring the legs together. We're gonna take the arms over your chest, and do encourage yourself to have either a pull apart, like you're trying to make the bar longer, or you can push your arms together without moving them, just to give yourself a little contraction in the chest. See which one works best for you. And then we're gonna bring your right knee to tabletop. We're gonna bring it up. And if you need to keep it bent, that's okay. See if you can pull the leg to the bar and then release. Now don't push the bar to the leg, just pull to the bar. You're working from your hip, yeah? Everything else stays nice and heavy, and you're really working the front of your leg. Pull, release, flex your foot, do it again. Pull, come on, release. I wanna cheat so bad, but I'm not going to. Pull, and don't worry if it's not coming close, okay? Just do the best you can. Good. One more, pull. Now hold it there. Point your foot. The distance of your hands is the width of your circle. You're gonna cross that leg over to your left hand, circle it down and around to your right and back to center. Everything else holds its shape. Your leg is the only thing that's moving for this particular iteration of the exercise. Cross over, around and up. Take it as slow or as fast as you need to. Try to release tension in your neck, Jenna. Good. One more in this direction. That pulling out on the bar is really helping me here. Let's reverse. Take it out to the right, around, all the way across back to center. Remembering that idea of staying long through the spine. 3. I don't like it either. 2. And 1. Good. Let's flex the foot, lower all the way down. Just take a long stretch overhead with the bar. Good work. All right. Should we do the other side? Bring your bar over your chest. Settle your spine, your hips, your ribs. Sometimes I got to move a little of the meat out of the way to get really settled into my bones. Bring that leg to tabletop. Extend it as high as you can. We're gonna start by pulling it, folding in the hips, and releasing it. We're using the bar as a target. but it doesn't matter if you touch it. You're just trying to, you're giving your brain a problem to solve, you know? Pull. Good. Pull it back. Let's flex the foot, keep going. Pull, release, and pull, good. Release, and pull one more time. Pull to stay, point your foot, cross it over to the right, circle down and around and up. Oh gosh, different one on this one. Cross. So interesting, these two completely different experiences. I think I've got two more on this side. And reverse. Out and around. Two. Come on. Come on, Jenna. Come on, team. We got this. Wow. Feeling Monday's workout for sure. Anybody else? Good. Last two. Last one. Yeah, flex your foot, reach it down. It's the part where you get real honest about what you're actually doing with the rest of your body. Let's roll up from here by any means necessary. Curl up through the top. All right, quick, just water break. Your girl's having 20 hot flashes a day. I get dehydrated. Welcome to perimenopause. You're in good company. For my young ones, learn from these experiences. All right, better. Okay, this is the type of workout that helps me recover. Yeah, absolutely. All right, so we're going into rolling like a ball. You absolutely can do this with the dowel. Let me give you some options. So you've got here, where your heels are gonna stay close to your sits bones. Elbows are pretty wide here. Roll and roll. Not my best roll, okay? You've got a different one, which looks like a really compact ball. My arches are against the broomstick. Uh-oh. A little bit harder to get back. I don't know if those sound effects helped it, but we're just going to those shoulder blades and then coming up and finding that balance. We were at my son's soccer game and his coach said, "Boys, it is physically impossible to get your knee to your forehead." And I was like, "Wanna bet?" Pilates soccer mom to the rescue. Anyways, I think those boys need Pilates. Are you ready? Are you ready? I'm gonna do the hard one just to challenge myself. This is the harder one of the two. All right, find your balance. We're gonna go for 8 repetitions. Ready, set, good luck. Here we go. To the tips of the shoulders, come back in. Keep your focus right at your feet. It'll help. Here's 3. Oh yeah. Here's 4. Here's 5. Oh, almost 6. 7. One more time. 8. Now, if your feet are on the bar, this is a great place to practice open leg rocker. So we can bring our feet maybe a little wider on the bar to tabletop, or you can find yourself all the way up. For those of you who do Pilates in a studio, this is a lot like your tower or monkey work on the Cadillac. And then come on down. Good. All right, so try that a little bit and see where it gets you. Maybe it's just a little heel lift, maybe this is the shape, maybe it's not working for you at all. And then reach all the way up. Growing through the spine, reaching through the crown of the head. You're trying to sit up as tall as possible. And then bend all the way down. This is your challenge. All right, now an open leg rocker. I'm gonna try it. It's live. It may be a disaster, but it's highly subjective in terms of how compact you can feel. We go back, it's not gonna work. It was arms overhead that was the hard thing. So open leg rocker without the dowel is hands here. I guess the arms are over there, overhead too there. Interesting. Huh. There was something scary about the bar that I didn't like, but this is open leg rocker. You can also do it with hands behind your legs. You can do it in tabletop. Let's try a couple of these. 4 total. 4. Again, your head stays off. Try to lengthen. 3. 2. And last one. Good. All right, relax for a moment. Good work. Hopefully that didn't scare anybody away. All right, we're gonna keep the dowel to the side. Let's bring our right knee into your chest. Just to keep it simple, take both hands on the right knee. We're gonna roll down to your upper contraction. Bring that knee right into your eyeball and extend your left leg as far as you can off the floor. Again, staying heavy in your pelvis. We're gonna switch legs, switch legs. If you'd like to work on the coordination, you take your outside hand to your ankle, your inside hand to your knee, and you march, march, march. Good. Let's go for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring your knees in, lower down. All right, that was single leg stretch. Let's try double leg stretch. Hands onto your ankles, curl up. We're gonna send the arms and legs out equidistant from our center. Circle around and in. Again, it's all about how you keep that weight pressing into the mat, reaching and around. Stretch. Remember what it felt like to push and pull the dowel, yeah? Reach. Good. 2 more, big stretch. Last one, and all the way down. My chin is sweating. It's so hot. All right, the AC is on today, but my goodness. We're gonna go into lower or scissors next, excuse me. So let's take our hand, you're gonna walk it up as high as you can onto your ankles or your calf. Extend your other leg out long, and then let's curl up. And you wanna feel like you're climbing up that leg, helping you get to the next level of your contraction. And then slice your legs apart. Slice and good. Slice and reach. Slice and reach. Look for that extra stretch at the end. Slice and reach. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bend your knees in, lower down. Good. Let's take the dowel. Whoop, where are you? Place it behind the little bump on your head, like the little nub back there. We're gonna extend the legs up. You can take a diamond, or you can take straight legs with heels together, toes apart. Curl forward, support yourself here. Flex your feet to come down. Point your feet to come up. And again, if you're in a diamond, you're just reaching your toes down, sinking through your hips to come up. Let's go for 3, 2, last one. Bend your knees all the way down, release. Okay, so walk your feet about hip width distance apart. The last one we're gonna do, they used to make us do this one in Pilates school. So you have the dowel behind your head, whoops, and you have your elbows behind the dowel. If this doesn't work for you, like for real, just do hands behind the head, it'll be fine. So we curl forward, which is hard enough as it is, and then you try to twist from your spine to touch one side down, twist from your spine to touch the other side down. Good, sorry if I'm yelling at you in the microphone. You can tell it's way up here. Let's go a couple more. So feel what it's like to twist from your spine and then come back to center release. Not my favorite variation. Take the dowel down, hands come behind your head, knees come into your chest, curl forward, and then twist elbow to knee and elbow to knee, elbow to knee, elbow to knee. We go 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring your knees into your chest, rock yourself up to the top, slide back, catch your breath, legs lengthened. I'm gonna take the dowel for this stretch too. You can join me if you like. Hold on to it, arms parallel to legs. Let's flex our feet, lift up, keep your dowel like you're sliding it across a shelf, and bend your spine forward to find that spine stretch from the low back through the crown of the head. And then roll up through your spine. Shoulders down, sitting up taller. We lift and we reach all the way forward, trying to get that nice even weight on both hips, that long stretch through the legs, all the way up. So really think of how this would feel to start and sense this movement from your back muscles. All right, so we start by lengthening, and then we sense the round shape happening from the back of our neck to between our shoulder blades to the mid back around the rib cage to the lower back. Where can you release to find more bend? Where can you support yourself? And all the way up to the top. Good. All right. Take an underhand grip on your right hand if you're mirroring me, or your back hand. Is that right? Yes, that's right. Okay. We're going to rotate towards this side. Turn your dowel vertical. Reach forward to your leg and just take this nice long stretch on this top hand. Hopefully you're feeling the stretch underneath your underarm a bit. Both hips are equally weighted. Then let's slide your right hand down to midway on the dowel and take your left hand back. And now you've got your saw stretch. Good. Roll all the way up to the top. We're going to take an underhand with the left, overhand on the right. Come this way. Round and reach as far as you can. Find the stretch under your underarm here. Trying to keep weight in that opposite hip. Slide your hand down, reach back. Good, roll up. Let's do it one more time. Underhand, overhand. Reach a little farther out and find that stretch on your underarm. Sometimes you can kind of bend this bottom arm too and find it. Slide down to the midway point, reach your arm back, find your twist, reach. Beautiful. Good. Roll up through the spine, other side. Reach. Find that stretch of your shoulder. Slide down to the midway point, reach back. Good, roll all the way up. Okay, let's come onto our side. We're going to take, if you're mirroring me, then this would be your left leg back and your right leg is here, and we're gonna use the dowel as a little extra resistance. So what I want you to think about with your hips is you're consistently pushing your hips forward, almost as if they're square to the front of the screen. They won't, unless you have a ridiculous amount of turnout in your leg, you probably won't be flash to the front of the screen. But also, we just don't want to be chilling back here, okay? So stand into that back leg, push forward, think of reaching out through your top knee, and then we're supporting ourselves, this really proud, supported side lying, and then we're gonna lift that leg up and lower down. It's not super high. In fact, anatomically, something would have to change in my pelvis in order for me to lift my leg much higher than this, okay? So just try to work with the range. We're lifting this very light yet super heavy weight. Good, I'm just using this hand to keep the thing in place. Good, up and lower. Now on the next one, we're gonna hold it up there. Keep it up in a working position. We're gonna do a little bend, slide your arch down, reach it out. Slide it down, reach it out. Stay lifted in the rest of your body, slide. Reach it out in a lower and lift, lower down. Reset everything. 3 times, slide it in. Push your heel to the edge, in. This is definitely one that will bring you straight into Quiver Town. Free admission. Lower down. Whoa, here we go. In, pressing out, pulling in. Find a happy thought, find a happy thought, press it out. Pull it in, don't shrink into your shoulder, okay? Lower down, one more time, lift, last time, go. In and out, in and push. Little bend, your heel stays facing the ceiling, push and lower all the way down to stay. Whoa. Okay, how do you like that? We're gonna take this stick, you're gonna turn your lower arm out. We're gonna take the upper arm on top. Option also to not do this with the dowel and just keep it like this. But here's the deal. Take your back leg on top of your front leg. It's slightly in front of you. We're pushing down through the stick to stay lifted up in the underneath side. So you've got lots of torso action. Lift your top leg up, kick forward 2 times, press it back, don't move a thing. Don't move the stick, just your leg. Kick, kick, press. Good, kick, kick, press. That's it. How can you bring length and space around your neck and shoulders? Keep pushing down through your arms into the stick so you can lift up through your torso. Good. One more. Kick, kick. Press it back, lower it down, and then we're going to just take a nice long torso stretch this way, reaching that dowel towards the ground, taking a twist in our upper body. Big breath in. Good. Reaching back through that back leg. Good. Come all the way back up. Bend your knees in. Let's take a little mermaid. So we're side seated. You're here if you like, or you can just be like King Triton and hold on to it, or you could put it over here and give yourself something to reach toward. Actually, I kind of like that if you're looking for a little more support. If you want to start upright, you can take it over in that same direction. Just choose something that works for you. Good. Build it back up through the center. I want to think of wrapping your underarms forward so it's really supported by your upper back. Lift and lengthen. And if your arms are overhead, I'm really thinking about keeping kind of equal space around both ears, between my ears and my arms. One more time. Good. And I'm going to go ahead and bend that arm, and I'm going to think of stretching that top leg out, or top arm out. Just a little more intensity. Sometimes we make these little discoveries midway through and you just want to grab onto them while you can. All right, let's flip around to the other side. We're closing in on our end result, but let's see where we get, okay? So that front leg is just towards, I think, front corner of the mat is what I'm thinking. Press down to lift up, your shoulders are down. Stand well, push those hips forward, we lift and lower. Lift and lower. Good, up. Good, I got a little more range on this side, which is my dominant leg, so not too much though. Maybe a little more confidence in range. That's what it feels like. Good, you're doing great. An hour of Pilates is a long time. Good. Two more. Yes. All right, let's add our little thing. So we're gonna go 1, bend and stretch, slide and stretch, slide and stretch, down and up. Doesn't really go with this song, but just go with me. Slide and stretch, slide and stretch. So the good thing is, down and up with this exercise, is it's definitely inner thigh, which you're probably feeling, certainly hip, but also it's this little muscle, well, yeah, it's a knee supportive muscle. It's called your VMO, vastus medialis oblique, and it can really help support your knee health just by giving it some extra down and up information. Good. A little squeeze. I'm not locking my knee, I'm just trying to find the support. Good. One more time. Up. Press. Press. And press. Good. Release. Ooh. Okay. Really flip that over. Bring our feet one on top of the other. We want to externally rotate that arm out to the side. Remember, you're pushing yourself up, okay? Lift, kick forward, nothing else moves. Keep pushing that dowel down. And yeah, this is, I mean, Pilates is very therapeutic because it is targeting, it helps with circulation, it gives you some problems to solve. It's working with a lot of joint considerations versus just like brute strength. So, you know, let's go 3, 2, and 1. Push them back, lower down. Reach. There's nothing like a good pair of leggings, and this is not, I'm not a sponsored anything, but these are Fabletics and they just feel so nice to do Pilates. Sometimes you just want to feel good in your workouts, you know? Good. All right, come on, back up. Bend your knees. Choose your whatever you need. Triton, giving yourself a little extra help, or arms overhead, okay? Lift up and side bend. Oh, yummy. Good, find it, and then come back up. One of the things in the side bend you want to think about is having a tiny little back bend in your upper back, so you don't end up collapsing over, but you can really lift out of your waist here. Good, and then I'm gonna put this side down and find that extra shoulder stretch. Good, all the way down. All right, guess what? We're in our last 10 minutes. Let's get some extension happening, shall we? Let's put the dowel this way. We're gonna swivel around and come onto our stomach. Now, if you have enough space, we're gonna take our hands on the dowel here. And the first piece is just to bring your shoulders down, roll the dowel towards your knuckles in order to find your first little baby swan, and then reach it forward. So really concentrate on the shoulder blade movement. You want to feel your shoulders come away from your ears and connect to your back. And then as you continue to lift your chest, it's really those upper back muscles that are helping you make that lift happen. And then reaching forward. Up a little for space. You can let them lift as you're in the bottom. Shoulder blades come down. Roll it towards you. Lift it up. Reach it out. Lengthen it down. Good. Shoulder blades down. Lift your chest. Reach it through. Focus. Lengthen all the way down. One more time, everybody. Pull them down. Lifting from that upper back. Reaching all the way down. Good. All right, so from here, see if you can, sorry, I'm yelling at you in the microphone, but we're gonna see if you can lift the dowel up. Get a little more space. Keep your focus down. I'd like you to think of turning your armpits, your underarms, towards the ground in order to lift the dowel up and then lower it down. So let's try that a couple times, okay? Wrap your underarms down, lift your arms to hover, and lower down. Now what's happening to the rest of your body? You're just trying to keep your spine long, your hips heavy, your legs heavy. Let's go again. Wrap the underarms down, lift, create space in your spine, lower. Wrap the underarms down, long neck, lift your broomstick up, lower down. Now, maybe this is enough. I want to show you one more piece that you could add on to it if you like. So, wrap your underarms down. Spine is long. Lift your arms up. Bend your elbows behind your head, touching down to your shoulders. Reach them all the way out and lower down. Wrap the underarms, lift your arms. Pull your shoulder blades down. Reach and lower. 2 more. Wrap and lift. Pull down. Reach. 1 more time. Here we go. Wrap and lift. Pull down. Reach long and lower down. Nice work. All right. Feel free to take just a little simple extension, lifting up as high as you like. And then go ahead and press back into a rest pose for a moment. Just taking a little extension, a little, well, lengthening, I should say. And then bring your arms over to the right side and stretch your hips to the left. Good. And then over to the other side. Good. All right. So let's work a plank position as one of our last exercises. What I want you to think about is we can't hold it in the plank, right? But if you come back to this first one we did initially, and you come into your plank, pretend I'm in a plank, this is how I want you to feel, that the back of your head is up against the dowel, that your pelvis is up against the dowel. You're not dropped in any body part, okay? So come onto your hands and knees. Find that memory of the dowel being on your pelvis, on your head, the back of your head. Push the mat away from you. Extend one leg back, extend the other leg back, and let's just stay here, breathing. Your focus is on keeping that dowel, that imaginary one, really long and equally pressed up against. Good. For 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hike your hips all the way up, pedal out your feet. Good work. Good. Walk your feet in and take a forward fold. Bend your knees as much or as little as you need to. See if you can take your hands, try not to yell at you, into the back of your head and just give yourself a little tug. There we go. Then let's take your hands to your shins, bend your knees, roll all the way up through the spine. Roll those shoulders back. Good. Just see how you're feeling. Yeah, I needed this too today. Take a little balance check-in. Sometimes it's nice to see how that's working. Yeah, maybe one more time. All of the things. And then let's just find a stance with our feet nice and wide. Just give yourself a chance for your body to organize. Head, shoulders, knees, and toes, right? Good. Notice what you like about how you feel right now, and consider how you can carry this feeling into the rest of your day or maybe into the rest of the week. What can you do that might be helpful? And here's a hint. Just getting down and rolling on the floor sometimes is the most beneficial thing you can do for your spine and your back, just to kind of literally work out the kinks. So if that's possible for you, I would highly suggest that. Or bring out your broomstick again. Do some movement. Feel good about it. All right? Listen, thank you for being here. Check out over the weekend.